Yunjin's operas must include spaghetti westerns, because this might be the fastest deck in the West.
Break a leg! And leap!
At first glance, this deck may appear to be nonsensical, combining Geo with Anemo resonance, but the Anemo characters play well into the popular Yunjin Jade Spear combo of this update. Dvalin especially helps Yunjin by applying Total Collapse with his 3-cost skill to increase Anemo and physical damage to the afflicted characters by 2. Because of this, Dvalin's skill card is included in this deck, transferring Total Collapse to the next opposing character card after being removed. Magu Kenki is included in this deck for 2 reasons. Firstly, Magu Kenki can produce a Cryo Summon to allow for AoE swirls and create some early pressure, while preparing for the Yunjin sweep. The chip damage provided from these swirls, especially when factoring in Abyssal Summons, is significant since Yunjin can generally do 7 to 8 damage in a single swing. Secondly, as a second Anemo monster card, Kenki gives the deck access to both Abyssal Summons and Anemo Resonance. The former offers a potential end-phase threat to the opponent, while the latter allows for the deck to have quick swap and additional dice. Yunjin, however, is the main character of the deck. This deck revolves entirely around stalling until Yunjin is equipped with both the Jade Spear and Gambler's Earrings. Afterwards, it's best to wait until the opponent has no dice left and has ended their round to swap to Yunjin and begin the combo. Yunjin's skill increases her normal attack damage and synergizes with the Jade Spear to do massive damage with constant normal attacks. To better facilitate this combo, the deck runs a plethora of card-drawing engines, like Lieben, Treasure-Seeking Sealy, Strategize, and Heart of Kivarina's Brilliance, so that the key equipment can be drawn early. Vanarana is there for dice hoarding, and the Legend of Vanessa is used for producing more dice, especially since normal attacks are key, and cards like Minty Meat Rolls can further reduce the cost of said normal attacks. But with that being said, let's get into some matches and see how it works. Okay, we've got ourselves an interesting Bloom team with Swirls and Nahida, so piercing galore. Probably going to have quick swap. Pretty consistent quick swap, we would assume. They get to go first. We're fine with this, we're fine with this. Maybe not as interested in this. Or maybe we are. Maybe we are fine with this die and not with this Vanessa card. The die is fine, maybe? Yeah, I think we'll risk it here. Double Lieben. Okay. I mean, double Lieben is also valid. Interesting start. I would have expected the Farina. A bit risky to do this, considering what we have, but no, I think we'll be fine. Heck, we might be fine to just double Lieben, truthfully. Play this double Lieben, because there's... Yeah, we can...
Into the wind!
Skill into double Lieben. I wasn't entirely paying attention to what they just did. Oh, they played, they played a 3-cost. That's crazy. Okay. Sure. Now, double Lieben is going to be a bit of a thing. Interesting. It is going to be a bit of a thing considering we don't really have all of our pieces yet. But it's going to certainly help draw these pieces. Okay, now we start getting Vanarana too, another die. Yeah, we're setting up for doing some damage here. We don't have, obviously, all of the pieces we would want in our setup yet, so we probably don't even need the Geo, but I'm just going to keep it just in case. If anything, Vanarana stash it. There we go. We're starting to get our pieces now. Okay. Waste their turn. That's it. Go big hee-hee on me. Okay, yeah, they are going to get that off. Okay. That's only little hee-hee. Okay, well... Swap. Yeah. Quick swap, sure. Do it.
One with nature.
Lovely. Okay. Yeah, you don't really have any extra dice in hand, so that's nice. And I am,
Let's get this
going
show
to
on
make
the
things
road.
miserable for you. Okay. Sure. Okay, what do we want to do here? We know we want to convert something, which is why we've got these Anemo dice, so that we can.
And leap. And leap.
And now there's that. And then we play this and swing. So there's Hee gone. Just kind of like their main damage dealer. Drop the burst.
Break a leg.
Legs are indeed about to be very broken. And swing.
Am I...
And swing. And yeah, that's as far as we're going with it. That's round 2. That's crazy. If we had like Vanessa in here, this could have been just insta over. Or if we had swapped there, like literally just earlier instead of to Dvalin maybe. Like that and Vanessa, and this would have been pretty much done. Yeah, I'm curious as to what you're going to draw to get you out of this situation. Yeah, those will help. A little. Probably won't take you away from a one-shot.
Wind and cloud.
Ouch. Well, it isn't a one-shot, but yeah, they're gonna die. Before anyone comments that the opponent was just bad or something, let's analyze the match and see if they could have done anything better to get out of the round 2 sweep. They start first, and we can see that they have a clunky opening hand. They have Countdown to the Show without any immediate means of discarding it, an expensive weapon, and no real support. They also open on Kazuha, which is bizarre without anything to immediately swirl. Considering that they immediately hardcast Countdown, it would have made more sense to start with Nahida and play into her 5-cost skill, or start with Farina and equip her with the drawn artifact and sword to further draw cards and make the most value out of the equipment cards. Underwater Treasure Hunt isn't a bad card to play, but they don't have the support foundation to easily capitalize off of it. The double Liebens coming down should tell the opponent to play passively and conserve dice. They draw Opera Epiclese and play it, which is a good start, but then they play fairly aggressively with their dice, leaving themselves with 4 dice against 12. This illustrates that the opponent probably doesn't have much experience against Yunjin hypercarry decks. The better move would be to just swap and wait. Avoid ending first as much as possible against Yunjin decks that have stacked dice for a round. Playing quick swap is definitely not the play here. As mentioned in the match itself, were I to have played out the cards to only have a single card in hand, this would have just ended here without going to round 3. And the opponent's hand really doesn't have anything to help them in this situation either. Frankly, Nahida would be better replaced with Kaveh along with the respective weapons to have better payoff for the Bloom Swirls. The opponent's best chance to survive, as slim as it was with the shown cards, was to play more passively, getting out the equipment in round 1, and then swap stalling in round 2 to try and force us to waste dice. With that being said, on to the next one. Okay, we have interesting deck. Could be freeze, can go into melt, can go into freeze. Why did I say freeze? Vaporize. Freeze is there, but vaporize was what I was actually getting at. Could go into vaporize with this, not melt. I guess it could go into melt, theoretically, but not likely. This isn't terrible. I would prefer Lieben, but this isn't bad. We can mess around with this. I would also prefer his skill card, but again, we're just letting things wait. If we could get, like, some Anemo here, that'd be good. There we go. So we can basically get everything out. We can do Cryo and Anemo into both of these on Yunjin. Okay. They are going to try to go immediate Swirl then, yeah. So that they can get freeze, but that's fine. Force them to waste a dice. We're just going to work with that. If they want to start doing that, let them.
The wind rises.
Because we, too, will start doing some very interesting stuff. We do have to worry about swapping and her getting hit, but we can play around this. We also have to worry about his burst. Swaps to her, sure. That onto the Yunjin. And now we wait. Abyssal Summons is very nice here if it gets us basically anything other than Cryo. I guess that maybe Hydro we might not. Well, if we can swirl it, it's possible. Now they're going to try to go into freeze, very likely. We did end first, so, that's nice. There's a lot of Anemo. We do have Vanessa, though. Do we want to make them waste dice? Or do we want to go for a more straightforward round and just put down pressure? Yeah, screw it. We're gonna put down pressure.
The pale flame smolders.
Okay. And then if we do this, we will have to convert something, but that's fine. This is gonna be a lot of damage incoming. So they are in a position where people are going to get hit for quite a bit. Now we just kind of have to depend on the randomness of that. So let's see what they do. Quick swap. So they're going to go for freeze. Go for it. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. You get rid of all of this for me? Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Actually, yeah, you're going to use skill too. Oh, lovely. Thank you. You've got rid of all of those elements for me. I couldn't ask for better. Give me something like Pyro. Okay, not great, but we'll make do. If anything, we can now play the freeze game on them. If we draw our quick swap. Ouch. She is going to switch to Pyro. That's here. This is here. So, yeah, we're in a position where we can kind of just start nuking them with her. I want to try to keep the Electro. No, I was thinking about Vanessa, but I guess I should have kept the Electro. Game said, no, you will play Electro and you will like it. If I can get Quick Swap. That's not Quick Swap. That's unfortunate. I was going to say, if I can get that, I could move into her and just start swinging, but probably not going to happen. And if I do switch into her and use skill, he'll just burst her down. So we do have to go into him right now, I think. And probably use this on the Geo. If he does somehow have the energy to kill, we can convert the Anemo into something, and then, or into Geo, and then use Vanessa, perhaps. Okay, they do have the energy. They're going for it. Okay. Do you have gamblers? They do have the ability to do a bit of damage. Okay. So you'd have to use skill. I'm alright with Yunjin taking the hit here. I don't see how they're going to do enough damage. I mean, this is showing 3 end phase damage, too. Switches to Nouvelette. Crazy idea. Okay, how do we want to play this? Well, we can now convert you if we need to, so that's fine by me.
Observe.
We are indeed about to start observing.
Flags up.
A lot. Okay. And now, if we do this...
A silence fills the air.
Again, with 3 coming in, too, we pretty much kill one of these. She won't be able to recover. Yeah, they're pretty much done. Yep. They're definitely done.
Falling into the abyss.
Yeah. There you go. Once again, Yunjin is just very cracked. It's very easy to do round 2, round 3 insta sweeps with this team, especially with Magu Kenki and Abyssal Summons. Absolutely insane. This opponent makes a pretty obvious mistake, but let's analyze the match and see what can be improved upon. The opponent's hand is quite interesting. Underwater Treasure Hunt into the card-drawing Catalyst weapon is a viable starting play for a potentially slower start. The opponent's start, however, is a smart, aggressive start. Likely predicting us to open with Magu Kenki for both summons, they set up for Swirling Hydro, playing into their Freeze Swirl win condition. Freeze can be a viable way to slow down Yunjin decks if you can get the key element onto the Yunjin, especially since the more common Geo-Resonance Yunjin decks don't offer much consistent damage outside of Yunjin. So freeze locking and freeze stalling the Yunjin is a valid strategy. Letting the Senora take the end phase damage is fine since she's more durable than the other cards, but it is important to keep her HP above 4 in this match so as to have access to freeze potential. Drawing both the Catherine and Lucky Dog's artifact is great for the opponent. The sustainability of the artifact can potentially avoid a full Yunjin sweep, while the quick swap potential of Catherine sets up for freeze locking combos. But here's where things get tricky for the opponent. They have to keep Senora in her cryo form, so their best choice is likely to swap the Nouvelette and let him take the 6 damage, while the standby characters take 2 from the swirls. Swapping back to Senora afterwards would delay the incoming sweep by restricting us from playing Yunjin next round due to the threat of freeze. However, they decide to waste the valuable Hydro Affliction on Yunjin and freeze while we are only showing 2 dice. Had they gone for the proposed idea, they would have needed to equip Senora with Lucky Dogs to help her mitigate the incoming 3 damage from the end phase summons. keeping her above the transformation threshold with 5 HP. Unfortunately, their chosen plays forced them into a position where they'd have to use Wanderer's Burst or risk being frozen themselves. Wanderer's high damaging burst was the largest deterrent at their disposal to prevent us from swapping to Yunjin, so losing it along with the Hydro application leads to their loss. Their deck might actually benefit from replacing Senora with Charlotte for more consistent cryo application and healing potential, replacing Fresh Winds of Freedom with Ancient Courtyard to more easily play equipment, or with In Every House a Stove to more easily draw treasure tokens might also help the deck. This deck is quite consistent and has the potential to be faster than the Geo and Liyue Resonance Yunjin deck alternatives due to the Anemo resonance and early chip damage. The additional damage from Dvalin's total collapse allows for greater threats from all of the character cards while still playing into the Yunjin sweep combo. And as the matches showed, without considerable healing, dice ramping, and management, and patience, this deck can quickly dominate other decks. It forces the opponent on a timer to either keep up with its pace or slow it down with any means possible, a feat that's easier said than done. Thank you for watching, and feel free to leave a comment if you enjoyed the deck and video, and click here for more TCG content.